Hi, I'm Jill. I'm a dollhouse miniaturist of 30 years, and I started this channel to show people how I meet miniature dollhouse challenges. So let's go and see what I'm up to today. So today I'm in my garage again, and I've been working on the Tudor house, and I've been doing all the jobs that needed to be done. And the hedgehogs unfortunately had to step aside today because there were things I had to do. I had finished that panel, finish the windows, get the other panel all lined up ready to go, and ultimately there'll be a panel in the front. So that took me a little bit of time. I've got my little heads ready to put down on my windowsill later. And the other thing that I've been doing is working on a chimney for the hall downstairs. And this will be one of my transformation things where I have a whole lot of stuff and then I'll just paint it black. And so that I will glue these little pieces here so that it looks a bit like carving. So that'll go between the corners. And then I've got the fireplace to do, and I'm looking at this little picture here, so it's going to give me an idea on how to do the bottom part. And I have cunningly concealed a magnet on the back of this, so that and it's quite a strong magnet, so when I put it against the chimney, it's got a piece of metal corresponding on the chimney, it will hold it in place, and then Roger can take it out when he needs to do the wiring. And he's starting to get nervous now because he's got to do the wiring. If I glued the wrong side, I did too. This is what happens, isn't it, when you get interrupted. Now I got interrupted because it was the Melbourne Cup today, and the Melbourne Cup is a very famous horse race down here in the Southern Hemisphere, and it's in Melbourne. And Mum and I always take a bet out on the horses every year. Sometimes she gets first and second. She's a pretty good picker of horses, and I've had first and seconds, and this year my horse got second. So I was really happy. Mum's horse didn't get anywhere. It got a bit further back in the field, and then in the end it just disappeared. But I'm happy, so I shall go in tomorrow and pick up my winnings. I don't normally gamble. This is the only time we gamble, is my mum and I, in the Melbourne Cup. Now, moving on to miniatures. So the other thing I had to do today was I had to think about how I'm extending this floor. Remember I said I would make this house a bit wider on the top, so I'm jetting it out on the sides as well as the front, and I had to put a piece in there, and I'll put a piece in on the back, and I have to have the chimneys in place so I know what size to make these pieces. And just to show you how I'm doing this structurally, I haven't finished this piece. I make a frame up like that, glue this piece to this beam, and it sits on the chimney, and it'll have a piece of ply matching this that goes over the top, and that's how I'll do the back as well. So that's pretty solid and it won't fall off once it's in place. So that's good. I did those and I got those out of the way. And now that's about it really. Hedgehogs, poor old hedgehogs, are sitting around waiting for their hands and feet, and I simply haven't had the time to sit down and do them. But tomorrow's another day.